Yes, this is Theodore Bundy, June 5th, 1967, The Ride. This is part 7, I believe. I'm going to go over a couple things real quick. I've got a follow-up dental exam from a root canal, plus the septic tank people may be coming today for the new drain field and whatnot. A little stressful. But I've been thinking about the red Volkswagen, the rental. I'm wondering if he had somebody with him. In other words, did he let her rent the vehicle up in Seattle and use her credit card? He'd have had to have a driver's license, and you have to agree to insurance under their terms, but it definitely was like a green and black or black and white tag, possibly dark green and white tag, and he was here June 5th. In the timeline by Rob Dellenberger, his classes began June 24th. I don't know very much about the scholarship, but I wonder if he had a high school friend, the pawn shop thief guy, the fence, basically, the man that would fence stolen property. How did he look? What did his cousin look like? Could there have been, and his brother Glenn would have been too young because he would only been our age, 13, 12 or 13. That's too young, I suppose. And I don't know the terms of the scholarship. Could he have somebody in the dormitory? Because, I mean, it was like free room and board and free meals, but it wasn't supposed to start till June 24th. But could he have put somebody up and said, look, I want to travel a little bit. So if you'll stay in my dorm in Palo Alto, you can look all around, we'll bring a bicycle for you or something. I don't know. And the guy could ride all around. He'd have a free room, free meals, and get to see a new community for 3 or 4 weeks. I don't know. I don't know the terms of the scholarship. Could somebody, might not be anybody in that dorm except the student, maybe some sob story about, can I come on down early or something? In the meantime, he's traveling around the country. Okay. I don't know how he did it, but it'd have to be somebody that was fairly slender with brown hair in the same age bracket. A friend from high school, he had 2. He had the pawn shop dude that he knew in 69 or 70, and then he had a cousin named Scott, James Scott or something. So I don't know, somebody, and why wouldn't they come forward? Well, obviously, people don't want to be involved in it. So, say, well, yeah, I stayed there for him. Because if you said you stayed somewhere for him, then he could have been out murdering people across the country, right? So you're not going to sit there and say, yeah, especially, then some of them were reluctant to even think he was involved in anything like that. So it might be, this is BS, he didn't do this, or he was too young at that time or something. Anyway, so that was 20 and a half. We were 12 years, 9 months. So I just want to say a little bit time later, as I told you, Julia came to my home and said, we've got to take a note up to a guy at Riviera Apartments, which were built in 1966. So if this was like 1968 or 69, I wasn't driving yet. I had a metallic blue, a Western Flyer from the Western Auto. Julia had an enamel color bike. I don't know if it was mint green or pink. I don't remember. I just remember it was enamel, and I think she needed air in the tires. She was still kind of pudgy, and she was wearing shorts again. I think I can't remember the details, but I do remember we had to ride on Blanding, and that was not common. And we had to ride and ride and ride, and we went to these Riviera Apartments, the very last lane of them. Went upstairs. The color cream, the apartments then were white with the pastel colors. And I remember going upstairs, and I don't remember saying, oh, this is a guy from the car. Absolutely not. This guy looked more like Michael Nesmith of the Monkees. He was relatively tall, but not tall. He was like average height. And he had like corduroy bell bottoms and maybe a white turtleneck. He was in every corner of the room. He was like, don't go down the hall. Just glance in there, the unmade bed. There was a refrigerator. I think I asked for some water and started walking towards the refrigerator, thinking there might be some ice water in there or maybe ice cubes. And he said he had no ice cubes or something like that. In the kitchen with a knotty pine cabinet, very similar to something like that. It was like an island, but on the top it had a surfboard or oval shape, white Formica, and it was in the kitchen. And the kitchen was right as you come in the door. There was a kitchenette, living area, bedroom, and then a hallway, I guess, which led to the bathroom. We didn't go down the hall. We didn't go towards the bedroom. We didn't go towards the refrigerator for some reason. The guy was 5'9", 5'10", dark hair, white turtleneck, corduroys, and Debbie had a 3 to 5 page typewritten note from one of her older sisters. It was like she was bringing a Dear John letter to this guy. And, above the island was a bicycle wheel with kitchen utensils hanging from it. That stood in my mind. There was a bicycle wheel hanging, and then let's say this was 68. You know, in teen years, if you're 12 years, 9 months, and now you're 13, or maybe just right at 14, so a year later, a year and some months later, maybe November of 68 or sometime in the fall of 68, September, October, maybe before school, maybe August of 68 or something. I don't remember. It could have been anywhere from 68 to 69. But she was bringing this Dear John letter, and I started getting this feeling like our bikes are unlocked downstairs. We need to go. We need to get out of here. Our bikes are unlocked downstairs. I don't remember vehicles. All I know is the word cream come in my mind. And it was like she's taking a Dear John letter. And it also, I can't say, well, that was the same guy that was in the votes, because definitely not. This guy now had longer hair, not shoulder length, but, kind of right at the shoulder. I don't think it was super long. It was like Mickey Dolenz and Michael Nesmith of the Monkees, the only way to describe it. And the bicycle wheel hang there. So you tell me, what was that? I think Julia, Barbara, and Cece had some additional contact. Now it's come in my mind that they may have made trips to Colorado or somewhere to learn to ski. I don't know. Thank you.